Why are Tibetan monasteries so important? And the answer is, a Tibetan monastery is much more than just a religious building. Greetings everyone, this is Sera from Tibet Vista travel agency. When travelers come to Tibet, one of the first things they notice is the incredible number of monasteries. From the Grand Potala Palace in Lhasa to ancient monasteries like Sera Monastery, Tibetan Monastery, and Dashilimpa Monastery. These places are some of the most important landmarks in Tibet. But many travelers ask me, why are Tibetan monasteries so important? And the answer is, a Tibetan monastery is much more than just a religious building. It's a place of spiritual practice, education, culture, and community. Let me explain. Monasteries are the spiritual heart of Tibetan life. For we Tibetans, Buddhism is not only something practiced inside a temple. We visit monasteries to pray, make offerings, turn prayer wheels, and seek blessings. You can often see we locals walking around monasteries, especially around places like Chokan Temple in Lhasa. This tradition is called kora, where people walk clockwise around sacred place. For we Tibetans, visiting a monastery is not just sightseeing. It is a meaningful part of our daily life and faith. Second, monasteries are centers of learning. Historically, Tibetan monastery was not only places for prayer, they were also important centers of education. Monks studied philosophy, history, medicine, astronomy, and Tibetan language. For example, Sera Monastery is famous for its monk debates. When you visit Sera, you can see monks discussing Buddhist philosophy through lively debates. It is not just a performance for visitors. It is part of a traditional learning system that has continued for hundreds of years. Third, monasteries preserve Tibetan culture and traditions. Tibetan culture has a long history, and monasteries have played an important role in protecting and passing on this heritage. Inside monasteries, you can find ancient murals, Buddhist scriptures, traditional artworks, stages created by skilled craftsmen. Many of these artworks tell stories about Tibetan history, beliefs, and philosophy. Without monasteries, many important parts of Tibetan culture would be much harder to preserve. Fourth, monasteries are still connected with local communities. A common misunderstanding is that monasteries are only for monks. But actually, they are closely connected with we local people. During important festivals, religious ceremonies, and special events, monasteries become gathering places for entire communities. We come together, pray together, and celebrate together. This is why monasteries remain such an important part of Tibetan society. To my experience as a local Tibetan guide, one thing I always notice is travelers' feelings change after visiting monasteries. At first, they come because they want to see beautiful buildings or take photos. But after spending time inside a monastery, listening to the prayers, saying monk study, and learning the stories behind these places, they often realize that monasteries are not just ancient buildings. They are living places where traditions continue every day. How should travelers visit Tibetan monasteries? My advice is, don't just visit for a photo. Take your time. Observe. Listen. Learn the stories behind what you see. A monastery's visit becomes much more meaningful when you understand its history and cultural importance. So, why are Tibetan monasteries so important? Because they are not only places of worship. They are not the heart of Tibetan spirituality. They are centers of learning. They preserve culture and they continue to connect generations of Tibetan people. And when you visit Tibet, I hope you don't just see monasteries. I hope you experience the stories and tradition inside them. And hopefully, I see you in Tibet. Anyway, let's give it a shot.